Hey guys, Suna here. Thank you for all the feedback received from my last video. I hope you all been climbing and improving. Before I begin the video, I'd just like to say this is the OG double spear player in CN server. He has made all the tricks with double spear, and especially with now how developed the game is in the CN servers, he can play pretty much every build. So I'll have a link to his channel in the description. If anyone is interested in watching his gameplay, you can click on his website or his web page on Bilibili and go through some of his videos. For instance, some of these videos are like 1 hour long, and you can see they're all gameplay videos pretty much. So we can learn by watching instead of understanding what he's saying. If you think, because it's in Chinese, you can always press the button here on Google Chrome if you use it and change it to English. A lot of these videos do say the name, for instance, Tang Dao plus the 8 direction spear, which is the new weapon that's coming out. Or, you got here. He also plays fist weapons. He also plays Strat Nameless, Strat HQ. Yeah, so remember to like him, like his videos, follow him, and yeah, watch some of his content. It's pretty good. Today's video will be version of double spear, which I personally think is the best. I'll be going through strengths and weaknesses, general playstyle, gear and attunement, mystic arts, inner ways, combos, and some tips and tricks. If you are interested in playing double spear or have trouble against double spear, then this is the right video for you. Along this video, I'll also be uploading a live commentary video or gameplay video of my thoughts when playing the double spear. So if you guys are interested, feel free to watch that after this guide. Double spear is a very easy to learn build. It has lots of super armor. The Q spin is very, very fast and catch people off guard. Combo is very easy and does good damage. We've got high endurance because of Nameless Spear, and we're not relying on low ping combos. On the other side, our chasing powers are limited. Cooldown management is a requirement. Without your Q spin, you kind of don't have a lot of options, and the combo damage is lacking compared to some of the other builds like Umbrella Fan, Strategic Nameless, and Strategic Heaven Quaker. The general playstyle of double spear is around the Q spin. You want to be as close to the opponent as possible and try to catch them with the Q spin. Usually if they do anything apart from a super armor move or block, you'll be able to catch them off guard. Defensively, we can hold our block and try and fish for a block counter. If the opponent likes to attack us with a block, with a move that is block counterable, we can immediately use our Q spin. This usually will start your combo off. With the stun, we can use it defensively. If opponent likes to do stuff like a cloud step, you can parry that and then immediately stun. Or you can also hide it in your Q spin. So for instance, if I'm going to Q spin here and my stun's also off cooldown, I can use Q spin, cancel into a stun. Usually if they start parrying the Q spin, they'll get hit by the stun. And because you've got lingering super armor on your Q spin, the actual stun is kind of a super armor skill. I'll show you again here. Watch the gold around my body. I'll be going for more of this in the tips and tricks section at the end. With charge R, you can use it also offensively to apply pressure, which if you do this and they dodge to the side, usually you catch them. If they dodge backwards, you might catch them, and if they start deflecting, you can always do a Talon or a Yaksha. Or you can cancel into a stun. Running A is also one of our offensive tools that you use against people who like to run. So, sorry, this is the wrong one. This one. Running A. immediately cancelling running A is a good habit to do. This is because running A itself is actually not safe. Its priority is the same as a normal light attack. Therefore, that any kind of like martial skill or special skill would beat it. So you cancel it, and if it connects, even after they cancel, you can immediately go into a spin. This will start your combo as well. We also got Poet. So Poet 2, as most of you know, is a pretty good tool to use. This starts the combo. Because of how fast the spin is, we can actually combo out of Poet 1. So I believe we're the only build that can combo off Poet 1. Or at least Heaven Quaker's spin is the only skill that can true combo out of Poet 1. For the inner ways, currently we don't have level 6 yet. So these things could change. But however, I'm rocking Morale Chant, Fury Harvest, Evasive Charge, and Wolf Chaser. A note here is that Wolf Chaser level 3 is a must, because with this, you get super armor. Without this, you don't have the super armor on your Q spin. You could look for options such as Star Chaser, 5-fold Bleed, Adaptive Steel, Vital Leech. These are all good options. However, obviously, I'm trying to save up these for level 6. That's why I'm only rocking these 5 right now. These 5. For gear attunement, we've got different options, but the main one you want is for your weapon, deal damage to Chi and Vitality when casting Execution skill. For your charms, we use the Stun has a second Serene Breeze. This is probably the best attunement, even after the nerf that it received. For the other charm, Charge R skill from our Heaven Quaker Spear receives the stack of vulnerability when it hits a non-defending unit. This one is very good, as we'll be using Charge R a lot. For armor, 2.8 second tenacity after super armor wears off. This one is probably the best. For our armor, we use the reduced damage taken when staggered. So this just means that when the opponent combos us, they'll do less damage. For legs, after dodging, an opponent recovers health. I've been playing around with the Chi, recover Chi. So I've been playing around with this, which is probably quite good. This one is probably the better option. If you have this one, you can use this one, so that when an opponent uses a Meridian Touch or a skill to, before they execute you, you can potentially dodge the execution. For the braces, we want deflection recovers 8 vitality, or you have the option of using recover Chi upon deflection. This one's also very good. So if you use the Chi on deflection and the Chi on dodge, you can regain a lot of Chi back. So these two you can change. So for the martial arts section, we want Serene Breeze, Drunken Poet, Ghostly Steps, Cloud Steps, Free Morph, Dragon Breath, Yaksha Rush, and Soaring Spin. There's lots of combos we can do with this build, but our basic bread and butter is the Q Spin, Free Morph, Charge R, Special Skill, switch to Stun, Charge R, Drink, Execute, Dragon Breath. If you have enough vitality, you can do a higher damaging combo. We need to pre-drink for this. So we start with Q. Free Morph. Cancel into Charge R. Special Skill. Stun. Dragon Breath, cancel into 3 Poet Punches, and then execute. Soaring Spin. So with Nameless Stun, I use a Yaksha Rush combo. Note that this is not consistent as it is timing based, so you won't be able to pull it off every time. Sometimes it might be too early, sometimes it might be too slow. So I'll just show it here. But later on, I'll be going through my way of making sure that it becomes consistent. So we Nameless Stun, Yaksha Rush, Charge R, Free Morph, Charge R, Special Skill, Drink, Execute, Dragon Breath. If you have a lot of vitality, you can do a higher damaging combo utilizing the Stun Yaksha combo. So we need to pre-drink for this. We start with Stun, Yaksha, Charge R, Dragon Breath, Spin, Special Skill, Punch 2 times, Execute, and then 1 more Fire. So for the first tip, when you're playing the Heaven Quaker Nameless Spear combo, is if you notice that your Q spin into free morph is not connecting, for instance, like you Q and then you free morph, that free morph sometimes gets parried or dodged. You need to make sure you go to the right. So because of some properties, if you go to left or if you go straight, sometimes the free morph will not connect. Therefore, if we do this, if we hold W and D, this will 99% connect. And usually you won't be missing your combo. Tip number 2 is when using the Nameless Spear stun, don't make it too obvious. We've got multiple ways of hiding it, but the best 2 ways that I find is either through the Heaven Quaker Q spin, through the lingering super armor you get. So you Q, cancel into stun. Usually if the opponent starts to trade with you, or if they trade deflect. So for instance, poet into deflect, that stun will usually catch them. Another way is if you predict the opponent might use a deflect when you're charging your R. So we charge our R. Again, if they start using poet, or if they start using parries, you can cancel into stun. This stun will again catch them and full combo them. Tip number 3 is the timing for the Nameless Stun into Yaksha Rush. So if you see that after I use my Nameless Stun, I usually do a weapon swap. And when the weapon appears on my back, that's when I usually press Yaksha Rush. So maybe you will have a different timing, but for me, this has been working more consistently. So I'll just show it here. So as you can see, the weapon just appeared like a split second, then I press Yaksha Rush. The more you do this, the more you get consistent with it. And sometimes you might miss this combo, it might cost you, but you know, we live and die by this skill. All right, tip number 4. So when you are forced in a situation which you have to use Serene Breeze to start your combo, if your opponent is doing something like a Poet Super Armor skill, or something that they have to deflect cancel, so you can catch them off guard by using Serene Breeze into a Nameless Spear stun. So to start your combo. So for instance, if the opponent is pressuring me right now and they're doing a lot of moves that, you know, they're predicting my, you know, they're trying to force me to use Serene Breeze, I can Serene Breeze here and stun into a full Yaksha combo. Usually that will be a, you know, a very, very strong offensive tool that you can use, or defensive tool that you can use to catch your opponent off guard. Because our Q spin holds a lot of value in this build, we don't just want to use it randomly. We need to make sure we save it either for a counter attack or apply more pressure. So the other best option out of Serene Breeze, noting that if your Q stun is on cooldown, is with Charge R. So Serene Breeze, Charge R, Remorph. Charge up. Special skill. Stun. And if you have drink fire here, you can fire. If you don't have fire here, you can, you know, stun R, you can charge R again and then drink execute fire. Or you can, if their chi is already very low, or you suspect that their Serene Breeze is back off cooldown, you can drink execute fire earlier. Tip number 6 is to utilize the block counter offensively. So this is more of a general tip and trick, but with this build is especially more powerful. Just because when we switch weapon, we retain our block counter. So if you play a sword / spear, you know, if you get a block from spear and you switch to the sword, you lose the block counter. But with us, we can keep our pressure up even, you know, if we block in Heaven Quaker and changing to the Nameless Spear. If you guys found this video useful, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.